Hello students, in this chapter logic, in the previous module, you were solving sums which are based on logical equivalence. Yes class, now in this module, we are going to also do the same thing. We are going to solve sums which are based on logical equivalence, but for a very difficult sum. Let us see that sum right now. Yes, so here comes the statement pattern in front of you, a huge statement pattern. But just looking the statement pattern, you are simply thinking, can we solve it? Yes, we can. So ready for it? First of all, you need to catch the first statement pattern. Yes, and what is that first statement pattern? P and negation Q or negation P and Q. Now class, for that statement pattern, you need to count how many statements and connectives do we have here. Here we have two statements, which is P and Q, while connectives are nothing but 5. So that simply means 2 plus 5 giving us 7 columns here. So for that first statement pattern, we'll get ready with our truth table. So here we start with the first two column, which is P, Q. With the truth values for P, that is true, true, false, false, while for Q, it should be true, false, true, false. Yes class? Now, for the first bracket of that first statement pattern, it is P and negation Q. Negation Q. That simply means negation of the each statement is required here. But do we have negation Q here? No. Okay. Do we have negation P here? No. Therefore, first of all, we require columns for negation P as well as negation Q. Okay class. So here we start with the negation P column. Negation P, that simply means you have to find negation of the first column, that is negation of truth values of P. That is for true you will write false, while for false you will write true. Then you have to go for negation Q. Negation Q, that means you have to find negation of truth values of column Q. That is for true you will write false and for false you will write true. The same will do for the next one also. Now do you have the truth values of negation P as well as negation Q ready in front of you? Yes. Now you can go for the first bracket, which is P and negation Q. That means now you will catch two columns, and those two columns are P as well as negation Q. And which connective is applied here? Conjunction, which says true and true should give you true. While for the rest of the cases where you do not have true and true, you will put false. Understood? Simple enough. The same thing we are going to apply for the next one. Next bracket, which is negation P and Q. Now you will catch which two columns class? Negation P, then Q. Yes, and again you will try to find true and true, which is for the third combination. And then you will put true for that. While for the rest of the cases, you will put false. Now class, do you have both the brackets ready in front of you? Yes. Now you can apply disjunction between them. That is P and negation Q or negation P and Q. So now class, disjunction. What does disjunction says? False or false gives you false. So we will find for false or false. Yes, that is for first and fourth combination. False or false giving you false. While for the rest of the cases you will put true. Therefore, now the truth value for the first statement pattern is ready, which is false, true, true, false. So your first statement pattern is ready in front of you. Now you can go for the second statement pattern, which is P or Q and negation of P and Q. Now class, since we have the number of statements P and Q ready in this truth table, so we won't count the number of statements. We will only count number of connectives. How many connectives do we have here? 4. And that simply means number of columns which are added here will be 4. Understood? So the first one is the first bracket, which is P or Q. Or means disjunction. So what you will find? False or false. False or false giving you false. While for the rest of the cases it will given as true. Understood? Now you can go for the next bracket. That is P and Q. P and Q. Okay class. P and Q, you will find true and true. True and true giving you true. While for the rest of the cases it will given as false. Understood? So now class, you have P and Q also ready. But do we have the second bracket as P and Q only? No, it's negation of P and Q. Understood? So now you have to find its negation also. And what does negation say? Negation of true should be given as false, and negation of false should be given as true. So here we gave the same thing. Understood? So now we have negation of P and Q ready in front of you. So which are these two brackets now? P or Q? And negation of P and Q. So what we have to do is simply apply conjunction. And what does conjunction say? True and true, giving you true. While for the rest of the cases, false. So we have the truth value for the second statement pattern ready in front of you. Yes, class? So here I have the first statement pattern, and the last column is your second statement pattern. What you can observe, this both columns, that is your first statement pattern and your second statement pattern, are having same identical truth values. That is false, true, true, false. Yes, class? And that simply says yes, both the statement patterns are equivalent. Yes, class? This is how we solve such type of sums, where you have huge statement patterns, but with the help of truth table we can prove them equivalent. Understood? We'll solve such type of sums in the next module also. Till then, thank you.